I've been wondering lately why Christmas feels so gentle on the surface but leaves something bruised underneath. People always critique the commercialization, the plastic cheer, the corporate nostalgia, the retail pilgrimage dressed as tradition. That part is obvious, predictable, safe. But I keep thinking the real damage isn't economic, it's psychological. Something softer, older, deeper.
Eerie Aquarium has warned you. Subliminal haunting is our game.
Christmas doesn't arrive like a visitor. It seeps in, through scent, through music, through memory, through pressure. By the time you notice December has begun, your mood has already shifted. Your posture has already altered. Your expectations have already been drafted on your behalf. Psychologists call this ambient social obligation. Anthropologists call it ritual entrainment. Neuroscientists call it effective priming. I call it a quiet seasonal violence. Not because it hurts blatantly, but because it rearranges the interior without asking permission. I keep noticing how Christmas tells you what to feel long before you know what you feel. There's an assigned emotional palette: warmth, gratitude, cheer, nostalgia. A costume the room expects you to put on whether it fits or not. And if you don't, people don't ask, "Are you okay?" They ask, "What's wrong with you?" Psychology calls this display rules, the requirement that your emotional expression serve the group instead of your body. At Christmas, the rule becomes compulsory, and you learn to counterfeit joy with the precision of a trained performer, until eventually you forget which parts of your happiness were real and which parts were rented for the evening. The violence isn't the pretending, it's the erosion that pretending leaves behind. What unsettles me most is how Christmas manipulates time. It doesn't just sit on the calendar. It expands, invades, rewrites. Weeks before the holiday, your attention is already occupied. Shopping lists, emotional obligations, the recycled echo of childhood roles. You stop living in the present. You begin performing December. This is temporal framing, when expectation rearranges your inner timeline so thoroughly that your body enters the season before your life does. It's a soft hijacking, a polite abduction, and we rarely resist because ritualized time feels almost indistinguishable from fate. Every December, the same melodies return, the same rhythms, the same emotional cues recycled across decades. People call it nostalgia, but the brain calls it conditioning. Research on predictive processing shows that repetition lowers resistance. The nervous system fires in anticipation, reacting before consciousness catches up. Your heart rate shifts when the first note plays. Your body warms when certain harmonies appear. Your memory wakes like a trained dog, not because you chose to feel something, but because the ritual taught your brain that this is the month when resistance sleeps. Christmas isn't sentimental, it's neurological. A seasonal update installed annually until compliance feels like comfort. I've watched it happen, how December pulls people backward into old versions of themselves. Families are hierarchical organisms. Every member carries a role. And Christmas reactivates the whole ecosystem. The peacekeeper, the forgiver, the reliable one, the one who swallows tension so the room can breathe. Psychologists call this role regression. Your adult self collapses into an earlier blueprint because the environment demands it. Quietly, collectively, relentlessly. Christmas isn't asking you to participate. It's asking you to disappear into your script. And no matter how much work you've done on yourself, December knows exactly where you left the costume. Here is the part nobody likes to say out loud. Christmas is one of the safest environments for boundary violators. Not legally safe, socially safe. Forced proximity, forced affection, forced politeness, alcohol, dim lighting. A cultural script that tells younger people to be nice, don't overreact. They don't mean anything by it. The uncles with the wandering eyes, the aunties whose touches linger, the elders who compliment young bodies with the plausible deniability of festivity. Research on ambiguous social threat shows that the more a room demands harmony, the more danger hides unchallenged. Christmas creates the perfect habitat, a place where unease is swallowed to protect the mood, and predators inherit the silence as permission. This too is a violence, a seasonal one, a ritual of looking the other way. Most people stop at the capitalism critique, the shopping, the marketing, the manufactured nostalgia. But capitalism is just the visible skeleton. The deeper wound is psychological, a form of internalized compliance so efficient that you enforce the ritual on yourself. You think you're choosing the gifts, choosing the gatherings, choosing the participation. But behavioral economics shows that choice becomes indistinguishable from obligation once the emotional script is inherited, rehearsed, and socially rewarded. Christmas feels voluntary precisely because the pressure has been absorbed into identity. The holiday doesn't demand, it expects. And expectations are far harder to resist than orders. When the season finally loosens its grip, you feel something strange. A quiet depletion, a subtle ache, a version of yourself that seems a little less certain than the one you were in November. And the most worrying part is this: you will do it again next year, and the year after, and the year after that. Not because you're weak, not because you're fooled, but because Christmas is a system designed to make participation feel like identity, and opting out feel like vanishing. You will wear the costume again. You will absorb the expectations again. You will perform the season again. And afterward, in the silence of early January, you may feel the faint outline of the person you were before the winter rewrote you. If you love Christmas, keep it. Joy is not the enemy, but joy is not the whole story either. Some seasons warm the body while quietly draining the self. And Christmas, for all its glitter, is a master of that art. The programming is annual, and the damage is permanent.